What is going on, online fitness coaches? Welcome to another episode of the Change Lives, Make Money Online Training podcast. This is the #1 show for online fitness coaches who are trying to grow a successful online business. In today's episode, we are talking about COVID-19 and online training. Now, before we get into today's episode, for those of you guys that get value from the podcast, if you could do me a favor and screenshot any podcast episode, share it to your Instagram stories, tag me at BeingMarFit, let me know that you're tuning in. I just like to know who's tuning in and who's getting value. Guys, so COVID. Alberta just got shut down again. So I live in Canada, and right now in Canada, so there's like, I don't know how much of you guys know about our geography, so I'll basically quickly explain it. In the States, you've got the different states, and in Canada, you've got different provinces. And so every province in Canada has different regulations. But right now in Calgary, Alberta, where I'm originally from, we're just experiencing another lockdown. So there was another mandate that they had to go on full lockdown. And Ontario, Canada is literally right now in a full-on lockdown. And I'm not going to get too much into the politics, et cetera, of it, because obviously everybody's got an opinion. But here's what I know for sure is that COVID-19 causing everything to go into another lockdown because, people don't want to get sick and et cetera, et cetera. What would the effects of that happening is depression is at an all-time high. I think that more than anything right now, obviously we can talk about COVID till we're blue in the face, but I think what we should actually be talking about is we should actually be talking about the fact that depression is at an all-time high. We should actually be talking about the fact that because people are socially isolated, it's a lot more people are feeling way more fucking lonely. There's a lot more mental health issues because we're forced into isolation. And unfortunately, the thing that we need to be talking about is that suicide rates are at an all-time high because mental health fucking matters. Everybody's talking about the effects of COVID and what COVID is doing, but what we should actually be talking about is the fact that mental health fucking matters. Mental health matters. So the benefit, so we're gonna talk about the effects. We're also gonna talk about us as personal trainers. So if you're a personal trainer right now, the good news about being a personal trainer is that you have exercise, right? So as personal trainers, we have exercise, we're working out right now. And so I think we're fucking lucky because if we're personal trainers and we love fitness and we love exercise, we have working out. And so even though all this shit's going on with COVID, and even though there's a lot of people that are getting forced into lockdown, and even though a lot of us can't go to the gyms, at least we have exercise as personal trainers. At least we have working out. We all know, if you're a personal trainer, we all know how good it feels to exercise. We all know how good it feels to get your body and get your blood flow moving. And we all know what it feels like to push ourselves. And if you're a personal trainer right now, you're fucking lucky because we have fitness. And fitness, I don't know, but if you're a personal trainer right now, I'm curious, how is if fitness has changed your fucking life, I just want you to say hell yes if you're tuning in right now, or if you're listening to the podcast, just nod. For me, fitness has changed my fucking life. It has positively impacted my life on every single level. If it's impacted your life, let me know. Now, the reason that this is so important to talk about right now is because obviously COVID-19 is causing people to go into lockdowns, and we're all kind of dealing with the same shit, and it's hard, but at least we have fitness, right? Now, we understand the effects that fitness can have on your mental health, right? We all understand this, right? Exercise makes me feel fucking amazing, straight up. I want you guys to think about something for a second, all right? Think about something for a second. Imagine for a minute what it would feel like not to have fitness right now. Think about this for a second. Actually, let's ruminate on this. Imagine what it would feel like imagine what it would feel like to not have fitness right now. To not get to exercise every day. Where do you think your mental health would go if you weren't exercising on a regular basis as a personal trainer? Let's think about this for a second. With all the shit going on with COVID, with us being forced into lockdown, forced into isolation, imagine what it would feel like not to be exercising right now and having to deal with the COVID bullshit. It would suck to not know what it feels like to eat healthy food, to not know what it feels like to exercise every day. It would suck. And guess what? That's how your ideal clients feel right now. That is how your ideal clients feel right now. For those of you guys that are like, I literally wouldn't be myself, or for those of you guys that would be like, I would be straight up depressed. That's how your ideal clients feel right now. Guys, depression is at an all-time high. Anxiety is at an all-time high. Suicide rates are up. And your ideal clients don't have fucking exercise. Straight up. Your ideal clients don't get the benefits of working out. Your ideal clients don't have the endorphin high because they're struggling to stay. Guys, if you're a personal trainer right now and you're struggling to stay motivated, because I know that like COVID-19, I don't know about you guys, but like sometimes with all this COVID bullshit, I find it hard to get out of bed and exercise because I'm like just wondering like, when the fuck's this going to end? So if you're a trainer and you're struggling to stay motivated, how do you think your ideal clients are feeling right now? And I'm talking about your ideal clients like the 20 to 30-year-old mom that has 3 kids that is struggling with her fitness. How do you think she feels? If you're struggling with exercise, how do you think she feels? Think about this for a minute. Like, I actually think right now, as personal trainers, like, I think you have a fucking responsibility. I literally think it is your responsibility to step up and serve, straight up. It is a responsibility of us as people who know how good it feels to exercise and how good it feels to work on our goals. It is our responsibility to step up and serve our audience, straight up. Now, I think that there's 4 different layers of responsibility that we have, and I'm going to dive into what this actually means in this podcast. So I think you have a responsibility, and I'm going to go into all 4 layers. The first responsibility that you have as a personal trainer is this. Number 1, if you're a personal trainer right now, you have a responsibility to level yourself up. Here's what that means. If you're a PT right now, you need to stop bitching. You need to stop bitching about COVID and all of the negative things that have happened and all the vacations that you can't go on and all the things that you've lost because of COVID. You need to stop bitching about losing your job and losing all your in-person clients and being out of work. You need to stop bitching straight up if you're a personal trainer right now, because you have the gift of fitness. You know how to exercise. You know how to take care of your body. And there's a lot of people that don't have that right now. And there's a lot of people who need it. So you bitching about all your little life problems that like on the big scope of things are like kind of meaningless is a sheep mentality. And if you have fitness, you need to be grateful because fitness changed your life. And fitness has the ability to save people's lives. And you have the ability to show other people how to do that. Fitness saved my fucking life. And there's a lot of people right now on the internet that are watching your social medias, that are scrolling through looking for fucking COVID updates that don't have fitness. And you have the ability to impact them, but you're not doing it because you have a weak mentality right now. Like you could have like something you guys don't understand is you could change the fucking world. I'm not like, there's no exaggeration when I say this, like you could change the fucking world. So I don't talk about this person very often because she's my fiance. And so people are like, oh, it's because she's your fiance. But my fiance, Kirsten Martell, joined PT Domination 2 years ago. And when she joined PT Domination, she was fucking working at Original Joe's, which is a restaurant. And she was working as an in-person trainer. Maybe she'd see, 5 to 10 clients a week and she'd run a spin class, whatever. And then she joined PT Domination. Now Kirsten is one human, has 750 clients, 750 clients who are in her community, and she's changing 750 lives at one time right now. One person online is changing 750 clients' lives. And in the last 2 years, I guarantee you she's worked with 2,000 to 3,000 women. And that's one fucking person. And that's impact. And that's what you could do. But you haven't done it yet because you haven't leveled up yet, because you have a weak mentality. And I'm going to call a spade because like online coaches, what you don't understand is that not only do people fucking need you right now, like people need personal trainers who are motivated as fuck because the world kind of sucks right now. It's like, let's just call it what it is. Like, it's not fun, right? So People need people who are going to show up motivated consistently with high energy to give them something to look forward to every single day. People fucking need you. And it is the greatest opportunity to grow on social media and to grow as an online trainer that we've ever fucking had in the history of life. Like, all of the clients that had in-person trainers no longer have in-person trainers. And there's so many people right now that are struggling with anxiety and depression and gaining weight because of COVID. And you have the knowledge to help them change their fucking life, but you haven't done it yet because you have a weak mentality. That's it. Like, not only is this the greatest fucking opportunity that we've ever had in the history of life to build an online coaching business, but people need you more than ever. So level the fuck up. Own your power. People need you. So the first layer of responsibility that you have as a person who understands fitness is to level up. That's responsibility number one, level up. Responsibility number two that you have is to turn up the fucking volume. Responsibility number two is to turn up the fucking volume, which means you need to get loud. Too many online coaches right now are sitting back and not being willing to speak up and say what they need to say and start being more of an authority on social media because they're afraid of judgment. They're afraid that they're going to say the wrong thing. They're afraid of how they're going to be perceived if they put their opinion on social media. They're afraid that, like, if they put out that value piece of content, that their friend from high school is going to judge them and they're going to make fun of them. And who gives a fuck? Turn the volume up. Get loud. Turning the volume up also means get consistent. Like, a lot of you guys say you want to be online coaches and you're like, oh, COVID affected my business. I really want to grow a coaching business, but you can't post on social media 3 to 5 times a week and you have all the time in the world because you don't have a job. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Get consistent. Like, get consistent. Start showing up on social media. Get your ass on live stream. Like, if you have nothing else to do, if you have like no other way to interact with you, why wouldn't you just go on a live stream and have a conversation with your audience? It's super fucking easy. Want to know how you do it? You open up your phone, you go to Facebook, you press go live, and then you just fucking talk. It's literally that easy. And you could talk to 3 to 5 to maybe even 20 people if you've got like a bigger audience. You might even be able to talk to more. And one of those 20 people could pay you for an online coaching program and you could change their fucking life. Get on live stream. Get on TikTok. One of my clients, Darren Robinson, literally started TikTok 45 days ago and now has 100,000 followers. What? You need to get loud with positivity. Guys, there's so much shit on the internet right now. So much. Go to Google and type in COVID. Go to YouTube and type in COVID and you'll find like a sea of things to get lost in and to get upset about and to get worried about and to get nervous about. Like, there's so much shit. We need more positivity. Like, we need more people that are going to be fucking beacons of light. We need more people who are going to be optimistic. We need more people that are going to step up and make a good impact on the world and spread love. Like, we need people that are going to show up. We need people that are going to turn the volume up. Give people something to look forward to. Be a beacon of light because right now the world needs it. Straight up. And guys, there are days that I don't want to work on my business or I don't want to get out of bed or I think about canceling the podcast, but like, I understand that I have a fucking responsibility to show up and serve. Right now, as I'm recording this podcast, I've got 100 people tuning in, 100. And if I would have canceled this fucking podcast, then I would have let down 100 humans. I also know that I get about 25,000 downloads a month on my podcast. So if I would have canceled this podcast, I would have let down all of those people that are fucking listening to me. And right now, because you're not stepping up, it might not even be 100 for you. It might be 2. But because you're not stepping up, you're letting people down in your audience right now. There are people that need your fucking help. You need to give people a purpose for getting out of bed. Give people meaning. And right now, sometimes, guys, like, let's be completely honest. With all this COVID shit going on right now, sometimes getting out of bed can feel meaningless. Like, what am I working towards? Like, how long is this shit going to go on for? So if you feel like that and you have fitness and exercise, how do you think your fucking clients feel who don't have fitness and exercise? You need to get loud. You need to turn the volume up and you need to serve your people more. So 2 responsibilities so far we've talked about. Number 1 is to level yourself up. Because if you have a weak mentality, if you're approaching COVID with this victim mentality about all the things that have happened to you and all the myriads of ways that you are like negatively affected by COVID, you're never going to serve anybody. So you need to level yourself up first. Number 2 is you need to turn the volume up. turn the volume up, step up, start serving your audience, start delivering value on social media. It's fucking easy. Literally open up your phone, go to write a post on Instagram, write a few characters and fucking post it. It's literally that simple. Number 3 is to learn how to convert clients. So we've got level up, turn the volume up, and learn how to convert clients. Why is that your responsibility? Because you're not going to change anyone's life unless you can sell them. If you guys are tuning in right now, if you're in the 10K Coaching Academy, you relate to what this statement right here. By selling you into my program, I've changed your life. Yes or no? If you're in the 10K Academy, you need to learn how to convert clients. If you don't convert clients, guys, into your online coaching program, they don't take it seriously. And if they don't take it seriously, they're not going. If your clients don't invest, if they don't invest money, they're not going to take it seriously. And if they don't take it seriously, they're not going to get results. And if they don't get results because you didn't get them to invest, that's your fucking fault. And so it's your responsibility to learn how to convert clients, because there are some people that are on the fence right now that are watching your content that are kind of interested, but because they haven't invested, they haven't taken it seriously. So it is your responsibility to get them to invest so they take it seriously, so they get results, so you can change their life. And if you can't convert clients, you guys, this is something that pisses me off. If you can't convert clients right now, and you're like, oh, I can't convert because of COVID. Not converting clients has nothing to do with COVID and has everything to do with you. It's you. It's not COVID. It's fucking you. Want to know why I know that? Because last month we helped 11 clients cross $10,000 a month. So 11 people crossed the 10K month barrier, 11 new clients, which means that it's nothing to do with COVID because COVID's happening to everybody. And yet I have 11 more trainers that crossed the $10,000 a month barrier. So if you're not converting clients, it has nothing to do with COVID and has everything to do with you. If you like, so I'm going to ask you guys some questions. Have you hired a mentor yet? Because if you haven't, hire me. I'll change your life. Seriously, fucking hire me. And then if you have hired me, have you studied the material yet? If not, do it. Guys, there's so many, it's unfortunate. Somebody asked me a question the other day. In my bio, it says I've helped over 1,000 students and 120 of them get over $10,000 a month. And somebody DM me and they're like, why only 120 out of 1,000? And I was like, because I can't do the course for people. I can't. Like, there's a lot of trainers that will join the program and then just not study the units. And I'm always asking myself, I'm like, why would somebody do that? Is it like fear of success, right? Is it fear of failure? Is it like they're just uncertain? Like, what is it? Guys, like if you haven't studied the material yet, do it. We've helped 120 students break $10,000 a month. The blueprint is there, straight up. If you guys want to be successful, like we have it. And then maybe it's you haven't asked for help yet, because some of you guys are like, I don't need to hire anybody. I'm going to do it all on my own. Cool. Are you at $10,000 a month yet? Because for me, it's like you can't diagnose the prescription from inside the bottle, which means you can't see what you're doing wrong from the perspective of the person that's doing it wrong. You can't diagnose the prescription from inside the bottle. And so you need to be willing to ask for help. And this applies to my people that are in the 10K Coaching Academy as well. Because if you're in the 10K Coaching Academy and you're like struggling with your sales or you're struggling with your content and you're like trying to fix it yourself and you're not reaching out to the community and you're not asking for help, like you don't know what you don't know that you're doing wrong. Like you just don't know. Because you're the one that's doing it wrong. So it's hard to realize what you're doing wrong from the perspective of somebody who's doing it wrong. You're just going to keep correcting the wrong mistake. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like you can't diagnose the prescription from inside the bottle. So have you asked for help yet? And the last question I'm going to ask you around sales is, have you practiced? Like, are you practicing your sales? Are you practicing role play? Are you practicing like converting clients? Or are you allowing people to make excuses and you're allowing them to get off the phone and you're allowing them to stay in the same place without challenging their beliefs? And then they're going to keep going on with their lives and not changing their lives. And it's your fucking fault because you could have done something. So it's your responsibility to learn how to convert clients. Does this make sense? So the fourth, so we've covered, guys, responsibility to level yourself up, to turn the volume up. It's your responsibility to learn how to convert clients. The last responsibility that you have as an online fitness coach is to learn. Actually, it's not to learn. It's to deliver an amazing service. To deliver an amazing service. Straight up. That's it. Guys, people need fucking leaders right now. Like in times of uncertainty, people need leaders. People need somebody that's going to stand strong and be fucking super positive and deliver love at all times. People need that shit because the world has enough negativity. The world has enough people that are getting sucked into all this drama and dogma and fear. People need fucking leaders, and people need programs that are going to make a positive impact on their life. People need somebody who cares about their goals and makes them feel heard. People need somebody that's going to not only write them a meal plan and a training plan to do at home, but give them something where they have something to be excited about every single day. And they've got a reason to get out of bed and a reason to stay motivated. And it's your responsibility to step up and deliver an amazing service to the world, because right now the world fucking needs it. The world needs you. Straight up. Or you missed the fucking boat. I have a question for you. This is the second COVID-19 lockdown. The first one happened a year ago. When the last lockdown happened, what did you do? What did you do? Because if you're listening to this right now and you're not at 10K right now, you already missed the fucking boat the first time. Because last year, since the last lockdown, we've had clients like Don Lamb make $124,000 in a month. We've had the Chad Morgans hit $67,000 in a month. We've had the Jay Stewarts hitting $60,000 a month. We've got the Amy and Bretts hitting $70,000 a month. And what have you been doing in the last year? Have you been consistently putting in work day after day after day after day for your business? Because if not, you've already missed the fucking boat the first time. So now, with the second lockdown, you've got two choices. And guys, when I say two choices, I mean that, because fuck the gray zone. I'm in or I'm out. And so many people are like live their fucking lives in the gray zone. And they're kind of working on their business and they're kind of not. This is where dreams go to die. Like right here, where you're like kind of working on your online business and you're kind of not, and you're kind of working another job and you're kind of sometimes putting in work. It's like, this is where everything goes to die. So don't be here. You have two choices. Fuck the middle. Two choices. Number one, take responsibility and follow every single step that I've laid out on this podcast. Level the fuck up, turn the volume up, learn how to convert clients and deliver an amazing service. So that's option number one, is take responsibility and step up as a leader. That's number one. Act like a lion. That's number one. Or number two is to miss the boat like a sheep. Wait for things to pass, hope for things to get better, hope for this lockdown to end. Decide what you're going to do with your online coaching business once things are passing. Sheep mentality. So you can either make the decision to act like a lion and step up, start serving your audience more, start delivering an amazing service to your clients, start pushing yourself out on social media, start acting like an authority on social media, getting on these platforms that are going to make an impact in the world, or act like a sheep. You decide. Depression is at an all-time high. Anxiety is at an all-time high. Suicide rates have skyrocketed. And what are you going to fucking do about it? In my opinion, as an online coach, it's literally your responsibility to level yourself up, to turn the volume up, to learn how to deliver an amazing service and to convert more clients. Period. That's it. That's all. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is the Change Lives, Make Money on the Trainer podcast. Hopefully you guys got some value from the podcast. I appreciate you so much for tuning in. Guys, it's like we can't control the pandemic. Like this is something that's like outside of our control that's happening to everyone. And I think that all of us, personal trainers or not, can relate to the fact that like it's hard as fuck. And there's a lot of people that it's hard for that don't have fitness right now. And so I think it's your responsibility to step up and start giving it to them. That's it. That's all, guys. Have the best day of your entire life, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.